I would like to invite, for our conversation, the producer of the film, Mr. Ofer Naim. Please come down. We're getting a little entertainment in the background. What? Oh, can we turn up the volume just a little bit so we can hear it for now? Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Who enjoyed the film? Me too. Thank you, Ofer, so much. First of all, for making this movie, which is very, very different from what we're used to seeing these days with children's films. This film, I feel, has so many elements to it. It has adventure, it has comedy, it has some of the best Israeli comedians that we've seen on screen. There's animation, there's nature. I think the question that everybody is probably wondering about is, what is your favorite animal?
My name is the elephant, Ofer. Thank you for coming. We tried to do a first time Disney style movie, and I hope we do it.
So I was actually going to say, it is Disney style in a way in a lot of Disney films, but it's very different from what we see these days where it's mostly focusing, I know what kids are watching on TV, there's a lot of fighting, CGI, special effects, space. This is a movie about animals, nature, and people, really. How did you decide to make this film?
I love movie for kids. This is the second movie that I did for kids. The first one was Guyavut. And it's not just a movie for kids. It's very educational, with song, and with we try to show everything everywhere in Israel, from Ramat HaGolan to Safari, and it's been a lot for kids this day.
There's really something I wanted to also say. Israel looks beautiful in this movie. You really show different parts of it. There's the city part, there's nature. I think that's something that a lot of kids these days maybe don't go hiking as much as they used to in the past. Don't see the country. Was this part of the idea also to have?
Yes, of course. We tried to bring to cinema the parents with the kids together, and show them Israel, and show them that movie, not just fun, and they can learn more if they come.
Absolutely. One of the things that I was actually having a little trouble with is the animation in the film. A lot of the animals, I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of the animals were real, and a lot of them were computer animated, were computer generated.
Just the elephant.
Just the elephant?
Yes.
Ah.
This is like a doll we do.
I think, yeah, it was some of it was actual puppets, right?
Buba, yeah.
But there were parts in the safari, I noticed, where there were animals running.
That's the elephant, we do it in the animation.
What was it like working with animals as part of the production?
Perfect. They do what they need to do without complaint, without anything. just give them something to eat, and they do everything.
The best actors to work with, you recommend
Yeah.
it then?
Yeah.
Wonderful. And what was it like really going on set to all of these places? I know a lot of times, especially with children's TV productions, you try to keep it inside and not go on location. Was that complicated to arrange as far as making the movie?
No, we decided together with the Safari, and they gave us to shoot there 2 weeks. We was there and shooting, and after that we traveling to Gamla and shoot there.
Ramat Golan, yeah,
Ramat
the
Golan,
Golan
yeah.
Heights. That's actually something I noticed. I used to go a lot to the safari zoo as a child. I used to love watching the animals. One thing I remember always about the safari is how crowded it is. There are always a lot of people there. You had a scene here with no visitors in the safari. So did you actually receive ownership of filming in the safari for 2 weeks?
No, we do it on the non-season. It was before the school was before the summer, and we shoot every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. There's no one there.
So those are the best times to go
Yeah.
to see everything. I was wondering, as you mentioned, you have made other movies for kids. I'm sure people now are also interested in what else will be next. What do you think interests kids these days? What other topics do you think would be good to promote? You think you would like to do in the future?
Kids love everything, I think. If it's good, they like it. We decided to do every summer a kids movie, and we hope to do it.
Continue working on it. I'd like to also give you a chance to ask questions, but one last question before we move on. So I think what you started touching on and what actually was said what was written on the screen in the end of the movie was about the eagles and about how they're slowly becoming extinct. There's a big part of this film that focuses on having a relationship with animals. What do you think there is to learn from this film about how to treat animals and your environment?
I think you need to learn that every people could be what you want to be, and if you want to be like elephant, it could be like elephant. If you want to be like people, it could be like people and could do anything, but not, but just always to do the true.
What's true to yourself?
Yeah.
I think that's a great lesson from the film that we also saw. Chaim, who is also, by the way, Hadod Chaim. He's a great children's performer and actor. It's really about stretching your boundaries. It's trying new things and being who you really are inside and not who people tell you to be.
All the actor in this movie is huge
Yeah.
in Israel.
I don't know if you recognize some of them. We have Yoram Gaon here, who is the star of Casablanca, who is continuing to work and entertain people, and it's wonderful to see him stretching also his boundaries and doing things that are different from his what people know him from. Okay, I would like to open it to questions from the audiences. Yep, right up there.
I'd like to know
Just a second. The microphone.
I want my grandchildren to see this movie. Will it be on Netflix or any other streaming device?
Just DVD for now.
Just DVD?
Yeah.
And can you get it here, or do you have to buy it in Israel?
You have to buy it on the site or in Israel.
Okay.
Could you tell me why you call the eagles vultures in the movie? In the translation.
The eagle?
Vultures.
No, the man that his daughter lost called Alcho. Maybe this.
The translation. I think maybe that's.
Maybe it's
has
a
to do
mistake
with
on the translation. Maybe it's a mistake.
I think I think there are different types. I'm not sure that because I'm not. I'm actually going to go and look up eagles now and search more what the type is. But I think there are different families, and perhaps that is the right term, calling them vultures. Yep, we have a question here.
So, is there going to be like a part 2 to this movie?
Great question.
We think about it, and the director now sitting and write, and if it will be good, I hope there will be a second. Thank you.
One here.
So the juxtaposition between the people and the animals, that's easy to see. But in the cinematography, I never saw any film of animals like this one, where the animals were almost human in their expression and in the filming. It was really special. I'm wondering if you
Thank you.
can comment on, did it come out better than you thought? Did you have that vision? How did it happen?
I think who wrote and direct this film mean from the beginning to do movie like this with the animal that showed themselves, and we try to do it the best. I think, apologize for my English, I think the director loved very much animals, and he tried to do the best for them.
Yes.
So thank you very much. It was a really nice way to spend an afternoon. It was wonderful. Thank you. So I think it was great for children because it taught so many things. It taught about how to be patient with somebody who was a little different, how to listen. I mean, there were so many lessons for children so it wasn't just for enjoyment, but also for teaching all of us. So my question is, how long did it take you from the moment you started having the idea and writing it and then bringing it to the film?
About 2 years.
About 2 years.
About 2 years, yeah.
How many people?
In the first, just me and the director and the photographer. The director and the writer is the same. And from there, everybody joined. Thank you very much.
We have one more question.
Would you-
Two more questions.
Just a short comment. I loved it for the adults that Yoram Gaon is sitting in the car and listening to his own song. Because it's a very nice song.
Yeah.
I thought it was such a nice touch.
This is one of the joke, the very good joke in the movie.
That's something I don't know if the translation did it justice, but there were so many moments, so many clever moments here that were, I think, made this film also for adults really enjoyable and also really relevant to a lot of things that are going on right now. We have one last question here.
Is there a movie 1?
A movie one, this first movie? I think this was the first movie.
My mom said it was the second movie.
No, this is the first one, and maybe it will be second one.
I think there also, Adol Chaim has a lot of his own programs.
There is one more movie that the Dot Chaim played. It's called Guyavot that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah, we showed it here in the past. It was also
2 years
as
ago.
Ofer mentioned previous film, so it has a lot of the similar actors, different themes. But yeah. Really, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I think it's a wonderful film. Please spread the word. We have a few more tickets left for closing night. If you would like to come, a great film called Outdoors. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.